All right. Well, Android to the backup. Problems with the GoPro connecting to live. So, yeah. Hey, we got people looking.
Ooh.
Will this let me flip camera around?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll make that easy. All right. Set that on my note. That one on that phone. Wait for people to get signed back in before we get started here. Let's see, 7 people. Hey yo. Yeah, GoPros are good for action stuff. They're not good for connecting. Okay, good. You can see comments.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Yeah, and we're Bobby Brown.
You get Mitch in there too. Nobody wants to see just my mug.
I don't think they want to see mine.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna be looking back and forth from the computer.
We'll let people connect. Okay, so let's pull up my list. Actually, I'll like that a lot better because I can just toggle.
Well, it's nice because you have 2.
Yeah.
If we only had 1, then it might be a different story. And then also,
you get all your pictures ready.
That.
Let's see.
And here are your notes.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18. That's like a new record.
Woohoo!
For our live feeds.
For our starts, yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll start.
Hello.
Yes, hi. This morning, we've been looking forward to this. This deal's been going on for a while. But this morning, I woke up to some interesting news. This isn't exactly ENVIATE related.
Which is funny because GT Racer 88, we want to see Can-Am. Well, you're about to get some Can-Am information.
That's right. So, I'll start back about a year, whenever I took on the Can-Am. Ultima, the company, actually wrote me and said, don't use our hashtags because we're going to sue you. And I said, okay, that's fine. I get it because, they're trying to promote a car and we're, my stuff comes up when you search hashtags. So I've been posting about it for a year. Well, then this morning, I woke up to some news. They don't want me to post about anything.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
So.
Yeah, still not happy about you flipping molds out of Can-Am and making it public knowledge, to put it mildly. This is the ultimate ungentlemanly behavior, and I'm not going to sit back and allow it. My legal team is on it, or I'll get my legal team on it.
So that was fun to wake up to. So yeah, I guess at this point, it'd be the same as you buying a Ford up and modifying it and Ford writing you and say, you can't do that. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. We'll be posting progress on the car regardless. So that's where we're at. I don't want to create any enemies in this industry. So, but there's Phil again. It's right on cue.
Right, round 2.
So yeah, I don't want to create any enemies, and we have some other news. It would have been cool to include Ultima in that news, but they're obviously have taken the aggressive approach instead of the teammate approach. So that being said, see if I can edit. See if I can do this. Richard. There you go. It's off YouTube.
Well, it's funny because I was telling Cody before we set up live, I was like, did you know that within the first 19 hours of that being posted, it's our #1 video based on the analytics?
Besides the Ultima RS video.
Besides the Ultima RS video.
Which, it's a good transition for the next point.
I think it is.
So, a little company called Supercar System. They've been around for about, I'm going to guess 5 years. I don't know the exact company history, but they've, I guess, wanted to, I mean, I think their ultimate goal is to build sweet supercars. They found a quick cinch on building something that's cost effective, and that's the gearbox. Gearboxes, transaxles in sequential form are 30 grand or more. You can spend 100 grand on one in a hurry. So they went out and built their own, and it is awesome. We've ordered 2. We're going to use one in this Ultima. Oh, gimbal.
Gimbal.
So we're going to use one in this Ultima, and then we're going to use one in the Ultima RS. This Ultima is just getting a small block, just saying NA. It'll get big Aero. It'll be a track car you can just go out and beat on. The Ultima RS, Supercar Systems, wants us to use one of their engines and turbo packages and all of that, which will be awesome. It's going to it'll make over 25 horsepower if we want it to. So Supercar Systems wants us to team up with John on the Ultima RS, with Paul Gerard driving, which Paul's agreed to this. And we're going to go try to smack 300 plus miles an hour. So woo! With the power that the engine's going to make, with the lightweight of the car, and the car is actually a very small slipstream. I think we got a good chance of doing something pretty fun there. So, just to give you guys, we have a video on this one earlier in the series. So, yeah, that'll be fun.
But of course, when Cody mentioned, there's a couple of other messages that he didn't show, but in a very nice, polite / sarcastic way, he was like, "Well, we're trying to break, the 300 mile an hour barrier with one of your cars. Do you not want us to film that either?" So yeah, it's unfortunate because they've reached out to me from photos and stuff, and it stinks because obviously Cody's not trying to demolish a brand or a car or anything. It's it's a one-off special.
Yeah, and I mentioned in the message that the molds are the molds are the customers. They're not mine.
It's not like they're going to mass produce it, no. Which is probably a fear.
That's not my intent, and the parts are heavily modified anyway. So anyway, it is what it is. So we're gonna use John's RS and try to set some kind of record. I mean, it's not a production car, so it's not like we're going to have the production car record. But yeah, so that's the fun of that. So
I think we've got some more news with Supercar Systems, though.
We do. Let's do any chats.
Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Trying to switch back and forth.
We'll check chats between topics.
Yeah. So a lot of people saying, "Wow, would not expect that from Ultima." 300. Here we go. Sounds amazing. Cease and desist. Blah blah blah. Not saying blah 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 to you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to read quickly and evaluate here.
Just go. Okay. Well, that's NVIATE time. So.
And Rex 50, they'll be booty hurt until 300 plus happens. Then they'll be back in the DMs. Maybe.
There's so many memes that come to mind. We're keeping this PG.
Yes.
So anyway, NVIATE time. So let's see. Yes. The whole dream of mine to build this car and to take on Pikes Peak really started in 2012. I went there with an NSX. I did great. Wasn't super fast by any means, but the car lived and I didn't die. So 2013, I built a tube chassis NSX and went crazy with that, with a twin turbo V8 and all that. That didn't end so well, which that gave birth to the first NVIATE, which the build began in 2014. And I took my time on it. 2014, 2015 were spent building it, building all Yeah, GT Racer is a big one. So, 2016, we signed a sponsor for the car, which allowed me to finish the car, and that was Vibrant. 2016, we were told not to come to Pikes Peak. They didn't invite us. So, spent 2016 sorting the car. And then 2017, we entered the car, did well. Paul Gerard, train and a world-class chassis and Aero, which Sebastian Lamore designed. So that was awesome, and then I basically went broke. So because we didn't get in 2016, 2017 didn't really leave the door open for much cash. So I saw things through, destroyed my business in the process, lesson learned, and had to sell the car. The new owners tried to run it 2018. They were not successful. So I built another car. Started in June of 2018, started on ENVIATE number 2. We've just been slowly working it up, building piece by piece. As a hobby, because I didn't want to, sink myself again to build it. So this is when, I've just been working on it the last couple of years. And then with all this Ultima stuff, I started talking to Supercar system. And let's find another image.
You want to do...
We gotta pick the first one to show.
You want that one?
More elevated. Oh, they should have been more elevated ones.
Yeah, I was about to say those are the ones you sent me.
That one. Oh, okay. Anyway, so because we're working together on the drivetrain packages with the Ultima stuff, we kind of made a pitch, and they swung, which is going to be an awesome partnership because, we'll just do that one.
This one?
Yep.
All right.
And then you can flip through. So here's the livery that we decided on.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, we need to cue music. Oh wait, we can't do that because we're live. You better not have any inappropriate pictures on here.
Nope. Unfortunately, found that out the hard way with a friend, though.
Awkward.
Can you read it?
It's too blurry because Android. Sorry, guys. I think it said may ingest children and pets. So can confirm.
I think that's it. Yeah.
So that's that. So yeah.
Oops,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's backwards when you're looking at it this way.
Yeah. There we go.
So basically at this point we've we're working together. We're going to be using 2 of their engines to start. One of them is it's a base LSX based cast block. That'll get us started, get us testing, and then once they have their new big bad block built, which is going to be fully billet, 427 cubic inch, probably go a decently high compression, 11-to-1 or something, because we're going to be running 85. Then we'll put that in. That's going to the engine will make 3,500 horsepower if we want it to. But the gearbox won't hold that. And you saw in the pictures, we're running an Albans. We would run the Supercar Systems gearbox, but it won't fit with the Aero package, which is extremely crucial. So
I was about to say, Justin noticed some body changes.
yeah, so body changes. Sebastian has kind of been working on some things for the last couple of years. He had a big push years ago to get the initial car done, and since then he's kind of scaled back because the main task is done. But he did design we call it an Evo package. It's a different rear wing style. It's a diffuser edition, and then we're redoing the front end too. So, but yeah, Palmer, it's potentially over 1-to-1 So we could have like 1.1 horsepower per pound instead of kilograms. So
You're aiming for 1,900 pounds?
yeah, I think we can get this thing down to 1,900 pounds based on where we're at with it. So one thing, I gotta look at my list here. One of the ways we're going to get the weight down is instead of running twin turbos, we're going to try to run one big single, which is going to be from Garrett Motion. It's either going to be a GT42. Sorry, it's not GT. It's a G42 dash 1450, or it's going to be up in the GT55 range.
It's their new series of turbos, isn't it?
Yeah, they're nice too. So, Jeff, not active on this one. Yeah, thanks, Phil. GT Racer, no, it won't, because
I said the same thing because I was curious about that.
basically so Supercar Systems also makes a sweet intake manifold, which has an integrated water to air intercooler, and we should have images of that. You should look it up. It's on their website.
On Supercar Systems?
Yeah, supercarsystem.com. So, water intercooler, and then where I want to place the turbo, a single turbo, is right behind the engine, right above the gearbox, which means no piping. Like, it's going to be that much charge piping between the turbo and the throttle body. And then the headers are going to come around from behind, kind of snake it up. So there's going to be no charge piping there either. So, or no exhaust piping. So there's going to be very little lag on this thing. So yeah, pretty much, Micah. It's similar to that, which I think even current F1 cars are similar. So
sorry, garage internet.
Oh no, you're fine. Let's see. DRS, maybe. Probably not this year. It's gonna be too hard to rush. Too hard to get together.
Which
Let's go to. Yeah, there you go. Keep scrolling. Somewhere there's a video. I forgot where. Yeah. It's going to be the bigger power for sure.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you'll find. Oh, it's loading. Yeah, internet.
Sorry, garage internet.
So, yeah, cup holders.
Cup holders.
Maybe we're going to have to build some ball saddles because yeah, you're going to need some balls to drive this thing. So.
What kind of gearbox? It's an Albin's gearbox.
Yeah, Mark. That's Paul's brother.
Oh.
Yeah, Mark. It's an Albin sequential 6-speed. We're either gonna be doing air shifting or Supercar Systems uses they use an electric solenoid that we might look at running too. So. Will it hit 200 miles an hour? Yeah, easily, if we have the gearing for it. With Pikes Peak, though, we're only going to gear the car to about 160, but with the Albins, we can switch drop gears and it'll go a lot faster. So I don't know that we're going to really mess with that. The top speed stuff, we'll save that for the Ultima.
Are you sure it's not on the other website?
No,
Okay.
because these guys built it. Look on Facebook. Search them up on Facebook. They had a nice video on there. That's what it was. So, sell a part of your car to Patreon supporters to decorate. Except they need a Patreon to do that.
Should we just like break off pieces of carbon fiber that would be used and just sign it?
You know what's funny is someone did buy one of the old end plates.
Did they really?
Yeah. So I was like, it was hanging on my wall. He's like, I want it. I'm like, okay. Paid for gas for the trip. That was, I think, down to PRI last year. So.
Is this the intake you're talking about?
I believe so. When it loads, when it opens, we'll zoom in on it. Will we get in trouble for that? It's theirs. We're talking about them.
No, I mean, you're talking about their system that you're
Yeah.
going to be implementing in your car. I don't see why they would be upset about that.
Micah, no, this is a fully billet block that's ridiculous. They're
That's naturally
Yeah, that's the no. Keep playing. That's the video.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Fully billet block that they're designing with expanded water jackets. So the reason for that is LS engines, LSX engines at big power, they tend to boil coolant, and when that happens, you have air in the system, which starts pushing. It's a bad time. So Supercar Systems is working on a new design that basically helps the thing stay cool. So it's gonna be pretty sick, and the fact that it's fully built, it's awesome. So
Did you want to show them this like little?
yeah, they're saying if you do a video, you might get automatic copyright. Well, you guys go to Supercar System on Facebook, and they have a nice video of the intake manifold with the way it's modular and all that. So you guys can go look at that, because I don't want this thing getting shelved. So,
It's from November 28th, so it's I think it was like one of the first ones that I saw when I pulled up on Facebook.
yeah. Post a link in chat. Oh, you can do that.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, link's going up in chat. This car is gonna make a lot more power than the first car. So if we wanted to, we could turn the thing up to 2,500 horsepower, and I don't know that it could even use it. I mean, it makes a lot of downforce, but it might just blow the tires off at 150 miles an hour. I don't know. The downforce up there is going to be about 7,000 pounds at sea level. But that kind of horsepower, it still might blow through. So, but with Pikes Peak, we can only cool to about 1,200 horsepower. So we're gonna. Yeah, Chris, you see why I'm pausing.
I say the same thing all the time when he's like, "Oh, we're gonna do this." It's like you already have so much on your plate right now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I did hire somebody. He starts in 2 weeks. So
Heyo.
he's a welder, so welder fabricator, which is going to help me. So Palmer, 7,000 pounds, somewhere around 160, 170. So Daniel, that would be ideal. We're treating this year as a test year for 2022. It's going to be pretty tight to get the car done, tested, running. I don't know if we're going to hit a record this year. So, Izzy on the methanol, yeah, I don't think we're going to this year. I've just had bad luck with that. As far as ethanol injection or meth injection, we'll just run it on E85 and keep it simple.
I was about to say, I mean, it's basically a pro mod engine setup, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. So, but with the altitude and stuff, everything just
Yeah.
gets so hot. So, yeah. So that's the news. Pretty darn exciting. Let's see.
Want to mention some other partners?
Holy cow! Yeah, I do, but they're going a million miles an hour. Hold up. Torque vectoring.
I was about to say they were under 7 minutes. They were 6:57, weren't they?
No, they were 750 something.
Oh, 7. I was thinking Nürburgring.
So, as far as the hybrid, the electric thing, that is why I designed the hybrid system, which you can go look previous videos. We did a thing on that. That may make it on the car, not this year. We're not even going to have it done. If it does as well as we hope, but I'm not sure. It just depends. It's going to add 350 pounds to the car, so we're going to, if we come in at 1,900 pounds, we're going to end up at 2,200 pounds, which is a lot. But if it's faster, it's faster. So I do know the VW was somewhere around 2,200 pounds with driver, so which is insane for an electric car.
The ants are taking over. What tires are you using, and how high of a load can it take? Can't talk about that yet.
Can't talk about tires yet, but they'll take it. They're tested at Pikes Peak. They've done well there. The new guy, Brian Mueller.
Hey, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Yeah, he's a young guy. I mean, I only met him for a couple minutes, and I looked at Cody, And I was like, hey, he's got to be about my age. And he's actually about 4 years younger.
Yep.
So he's a young guy.
How fast could it go without? I mean, that's bench racing, Palmer. We figured it could have gone somewhere in the 840s, 845. So let's see. Heat exchanger for water, low volume reservoir, filling dries. Yeah, with having water to air intercooler system, we could certainly do some sort of ice, even on the start line or something. That's going to come down to testing and see how well it does. It's going to be some big radiators up front for the intercooler system itself. So,
did you decide on how many you're doing?
We're going to run two big boys up front for the engine, and then probably a big one for the intercooler. So, plus oil coolers, plus all that. And I'm not putting dry ice on this. You don't want to ingest. CO2. That doesn't do well for power. We're going to run 2021 and 2022.
So yeah, he was saying that 2021 is going to be kind of like a tester year, but they're still going to be running the car to then.
It'll be fast. It's going to be quick no matter what. So.
How much faster will the new one be? Well, if everything goes correctly.
We've simulated 1,200 horsepower to run. I think we saw it 8-minute 2, based on Sebastian and the F1 guys. They've run sims, so they've somewhere around 8 flat. If we can
potentially under.
Yep. Got to do a meetup for us. Meet it up where? I don't get it.
That'd be fun, doing meetups.
Yeah. What, like you just go meet a fan or what?
Yeah, so like
you gotta educate me. I'm not into this.
Cody doesn't know as much as like with the other big car YouTubers. So like a lot of automotive YouTubers, depending on like where they're at or what they're doing, they like may hold meetups. So like a lot of the people in California are like, hey man, we're gonna be doing a car show this Saturday.
Oh.
Here's a chance to come meet all of us and like hang out, check out all the cars.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing some grid life events too for testing and for all that. So I'll be there for that, and then depending what the environment is with COVID, they have Fan Fest at Pikes Peak. That's always a good spot.
There is a potential opportunity for a tour, like us trying to like go
all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Palmer, Beastie is going to be, I don't want to say on hold, but I'm not going to invest a bunch of energy into it until we get the hybrid system done. I made that decision earlier in because we have to wire the car, and I don't want to rewire the car twice. So we're going to wire it once for hybrid and everything all at once. So as far as to get this done, it's going to be all hands on deck to get the ENVIATE done. So Beastie's going to be kind of chilling until about July, and that's about probably when we'll get the hybrid system sorted, or at least done and ready to install. So what else?
No
Half mile event? I don't know. It depends on how fast we can get it done, I guess. And like I said, the car isn't built for top speed, at least not right now. We could take some wing out of it and flip the drop gears, and it would go quick. Yeah, so we'll see, I guess, on that one. What else did I have? I'll check my list.
It's the ENVIATE Grid Life next year.
That's not totally up to me. That's going to be up to the RPS guys. With COVID, they paused it, but they've unpaused it, and now everything's happening. So I got to fit it in the schedule in between other things. So, yeah, that. Maybe depends if they throw a whole lot of cash at me. But that leads me to the next thing. RPS is involved as always. They're going to start with a triple disc carbon clutch, which will support about 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, which is fine. And then they're also going to support with some carbon brakes. We still have the carbon brakes from car 1. I never let those go. There's still plenty of life on them, so we're going to do all the shakedown, do all that with the original carbon brakes. And then at some point, probably before Pikes Peak, we'll have another set of brakes on there from RPS.
I kind of want to go get one. Show them how big it is compared to my head.
You know where they're at?
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'm going to go get one. I was going to say, you could talk about your retainers as far as people recording.
Yeah. What's that? That's not supposed to be on there. Oops. So, no idea on the numbering time, Palmer. Fast, but kind of like we've always had discussion. I bet you would, Stephen. You'd have to run the stop tag big boy calipers though. The little ones wouldn't work too well. Yeah, so this, I mean, the ENVIATE's always been a hill climb car, so it would be focused on that, and more or less we would see what it would do on other tracks. But you know, it's got, I think, one track record already, so I think it has a chance of doing pretty well. F1 time, Evo 919 beating time, I don't know. That's pretty tough. As far as rules at Pikes Peak, unlimited, roll cage, safety equipment. That's it. There's no rules. So that's why I like Pikes Peak. Let's see. Then we have Heltec. They're longtime supporters. Have been with me since 2013. They were on the car in 2017. We're going to be using their new Nexus system, so that'll be a lot of fun. I haven't messed with one yet, but they look sweet, and the built-in PDM is amazing. So it's gonna be sweet. I'm excited to get that stuff rolling. So, what else? Oh, Mitch is looking for that. No, rear steer wouldn't help much. Cheap. Paul Gerard loved throwing the ENVIATE into the hairpins. For whatever reason, it just sticks. So I'm not going to change much with that because Paul likes it.
So to give you a perspective compared to my big freaking head, which again is very big, and the fact that I can pretty much hold this up with one finger, just shows you how ridiculous these things are.
9 pounds. This rotor and a steel rotor would be about 30 pounds. So, yes, Paul Gerard is driving. He's excited. Last year was not a good year, and really the year before wasn't good for him either. Just car issues. So, this is the year of redemption. That's what I'm calling it. So,
I can't wait to meet him. I'm
excited. Paul's awesome.
Seems like a really great guy.
Daniel, ENVIATE to endurance racing. Like Lamont, no, because it will never pass any kind of tach over there. They make you do crazy FIA tubs, all that kind of stuff. So I think we could get it to run legally in the 25 hours of Thunderhill, based on the rules. They're pretty lax on, I mean, it's a roll structure, it's got fuel cell and all that. Someday maybe we'll look into it, but it's definitely not a fuel sipper. It's going to be a brute.
Stephen was asking, is Turbo Smart on board?
Oh, I was looking for that.
Okay.
I haven't asked them yet. I'm sure they would be if I approached them. They were in 2017. They probably would be again. So use a big old 60 mil something, big wastegate. We're gonna need it. So what do you got? Yeah, well, Palmer, yeah, it would be fast, but it's got to go 25 hours, 1, and 2, it's got to be fuel efficient, otherwise you'll spend every other lap in the pits. So, yeah, Cletus, we've got other stuff in the works, but we can't talk about it yet. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. So am I, because we can jam the thing shut until we want it open. Which, with a small turbo, relatively small turbo to a large engine, you get drive pressures that climb, and then it forces the gate open, so your boost drops. So you get this funky torque curve that, bleh. If you have an electric gate, you can slam the thing shut, and then there you go. So,
Palmer was asking carbon monocoque.
Yeah, that's why I built the autoclave. One of the many reasons I'm building the autoclave. Sebastian and I are working on something for down the road. I'll just say that. And so,
It's really hard for me to shut up right now.
Yeah, he knows.
Like I want to tell you guys.
He knows all the deets. So, but if things come through, we'll announce it here. So,
Turbo K24 swapping a big fuel tank for endurance.
The problem is power is power. I mean, if you're trying to make 1,000 horsepower, it's going to take the same amount of fuel. So that's that. Palmer, not really. That's not. I mean, it's not really an open wheel setup. 4GT, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, generally up there though, boost creep issues are not a problem. And then how I'm going to be designing the inlets to the inlet to the turbochargers, it'll be wastegate priority because that's what I do. So I shouldn't have any creep problems. And based on, I think, calculations, we'll be running about 28 pounds of boost at Pikes Peak. And it'll probably increase. I did see that question earlier. Sorry, I missed it. So we'll run the start line at a certain amount of boost, and then as altitude climbs, the boost will climb too. So, but big fuel tank. I don't know how much room we have. I know 2017, I think we had a 12-gallon tank. And that was Rick just messaged. Nice. Yeah, Rick just messaged me on Facebook. He's trolling me with booty shorts. Did you talk about the repo? Not yet. I'm going to get that thing in here as soon as this S2000's out of here. And then I can do an update on that. And then it's going to go into kind of a storage point for a minute. So, yeah, most of the cage done. I got a couple things left I got to do. And then there's the repo chilling. So.
I was about to say, everyone go follow 20 Bay Repo in the chats. That is the owner, actually.
Yep. Yeah, last chat he was under some WRX name. I'm like,
Was he?
Yeah, and he asked a pretty specific question. I'm like, that's got to be Steven. So,
Oh,
link
yeah.
in chat.
I keep forgetting.
Get on it, Mitch.
I can link in chat.
You can tell we're new here. Yeah, that'd be funny. Palmer, how much money? I don't know. A lot. And then even more if I count my time. I think if I bill out my time and everybody's involved, it'd be well over $1 million. Like, seriously. I know Sebastian Lamore's got easily 600 hours into CAD and into designing the first car. I've got 2,000 or 3,000 hours into building the first car, let alone running it, testing it, breaking it, rinse, repeat. So, yeah, if I'd have put that money into better use, I'd probably be a millionaire. But we had fun, right?
You definitely learned
Lessons.
how not to do it correctly.
Yep. Exactly. So.
I was about to say, that's the one thing I think I've said to him a lot. He's like, well, that didn't work. I was like, well, you just figured out how to not do it.
Exactly.
So, there you go.
Let's see, make sure we got everything. Yeah, I think we went through. Yeah, so.
Yeah, if you get into racing to make money, yes, you're right. You're in the wrong sport.
Yeah, you got to have money. So, turnkey NVA with an NALS 7.
I asked you this actually a couple days ago.
The spreadsheet says about 250 grand. And then turbos go up from there. So.
I asked him too because I was really curious. I was like, do you think you would ever make like a consumer, like that could be a like out on the street driver car?
Well, that'd be awesome, and I could. SEMA has some kit car rule, and I did look into it. I could do it. I would have to invest into safety glass, highway glass, actual glass windshields. So that's a big investment, and then you got to figure out insurance. And that's a whole. Obviously, be a kit car because I wouldn't go through crash testing stuff. So I've already done that. Oh, yeah.
It's not repeat. Are you still looking for CAD design or help for the ENVIATE program?
Well, kind of. I would prefer to have somebody on hand, but I don't have enough CAD work for a full-time guy. With our little team of F1 people and all that stuff, I don't think it. We'll see.
You're right, Micah. They are not cheap. people who do CAD.
What did you say?
He said, "I got a guy for get." Or,
Oh, yeah.
I got a guy for that. Not cheap. I can't speak.
I was looking at Stevens. Yeah, and about a 50% failure rate in the suspension. No, that was old NSX aluminum suspension that I should not have used. And when I put, I don't know, 800 foot-pounds of torque to it, or ripped the control arm off. So
Scott said 100% driver survival rate on high-speed accidents. Pretty good stats.
Street legal, aero change. Go over.
You would definitely need.
No, actually, Palmer, the car, Pikes Peak right now is it's paved, but people don't realize you've got 12-inch frost heaves up top. So the cars have to make it over that, and they have to do it at speed if you want to be fast, or you just simply slow down, you just stop, and then roll over it, and hopefully you're fast everywhere else. In 2018, Volkswagen repaved the entire upper section. I don't know if they did out of pocket or whatever, but they had a pretty darn smooth run up there, which helped. 2017, it was pretty rough. Paul Girard would know. I didn't get to drive up there. Actually, I didn't summit at all that year, so I had no idea what it was up there. 2019, I went up top, and it was pretty rough. I actually took Beastie up top because I was out there for Fan Fest. It did make it did fine, but it was rough. And Beastie doesn't have the crazy third element suspension that the ENVIATE does. So, yeah. Yeah, Cletus, if I would have had a YouTube audience, if I would put the effort into it back in 2017 for that whole thing, it'd be a whole different thing.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. That's the goal.
But we're picking up like 75 followers a day, so that's pretty freaking huge.
I was about to say, yeah, since I came late May, I think we've jumped.
We've doubled, more than doubled.
Yeah. So it's great because, you know, as the videos keep going, we keep getting better with Flo as far as how he wants to explain what he's doing and how I can kind of put it together. But yeah, that's the objective. We're trying to build it to get to the point where we can kind of really focus on this and focus on him doing whatever he wants with the ENVIATE, and God knows what that could mean. I mean, we could do anything at that point.
Scott asked if I have a goal to run myself.
Thanks, Palmer.
Yeah, I've entered 4 times since 2013, and I've been denied 4 times. They won't let me run. So I guess I'll get my jollies off as a builder. The last time I tried to enter with Beastie, they wanted to see more racing things on my racing resume. And I was all geared up. We had a sponsor this year for Beastie. It was actually a pretty good chunk. Had all the events lined up, had SEMA, had PRI, had all that good stuff. And then COVID hit, and then the sponsor went out of business. Well, they got bought out. So, RIP. So I did 1 event this year. So, yep.
So there was one. So driver driven said, did you find any parts or any processes from the ENVIATE benefiting other builds?
Yeah. I've got 3 builds going on right now using ENVIATE things. The Repu, that's one. I mean, it's basically an ENVIATE with a truck body on it. Zenviate is basically an ENVIATE with a 240Z body wrapped around it. And then, you know, I guess I learned carbon to do the ENVIATE, so carbon crosses over into other builds. Half the Repu, no, pretty much all of it, it's full tube chassis. The cab just kind of chills on it.
So Ad Kids Industries. I've said this to Cody, and I've made a couple of TikToks on some of the stuff that we've done, but sharing this all over, TikTok has a huge car community right now. I've tried to tell Cody that he's not like up to date with those kinds of apps. I've been trying to like do little more things, and that's kind of what we want to do is like whatever he's working on, I want to see if I can make it like a 15 to 30 second video and then kind of have a more in-depth version of it on YouTube. So that's the goal, that's the objective. I mean, it's not anything crazy, but like I've had some projects that have like shared to like 3,000 views. I know some people that's really not that much, but I was just like, dude, 3,000 views in like 20 minutes. Like we totally need to do stuff for this.
I've opened it. I've looked at, you know, I opened TikTok and I just cringe. I can't even.
It is cringy. I'm not gonna lie, but there's a cool car.
I can't do it.
There's a cool car community. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but the people. Anyway.
He's not wrong though. I will say that.
Detached garage. I mean, yeah, if we need to order some parts, we work with Pal Tough. But working with them on specific projects now. So
I was going to say, Palmer was asking. I was curious, how much suspension travel does the ENVIATE have? Did you say it's kind of?
well, we could have it to 12 inches. That's the max. The shocks we use, they allow for, I want to say 6 or 8 inches of wheel travel, and then you set up based on ride height and all that. So, how much for ENVIATE suspension subgroups? Not available. That stays in the group. So, have stress.
Waiting for Fleetwood Mac thing. He's, Steven just like taking a sip from welding, just got a big old thing of cranberry juice as he's got a welder in his hand.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Fleetwood Mac thing, sorry.
I get it.
Funny thing. So Ocean Spray gave that guy a Frontier and then he traded it in for a Silverado.
Nice.
I thought that was so funny. Thanks for the free Frontier Pro 4X. I'm going to make it a Silverado now.
I mean, it's a gift is a gift.
Um,
So, let's see. What else we got?
We
covered everything on our list.
Did you?
We can talk about what's next on the ENVIATE.
Yeah, what's your next thing?
So we put an order in for the Albans at some point in September. It might have been late August. I think it was September. Because initially we were going to go with the J series. Engineering was started on that. Well, never mind. We're going to an LS, which is good because it should be almost off the shelf components. So it's going to be a lot cheaper. But Albans is not known for being really fast on delivery. So we got to get that thing over here. I'm hoping to have it. I don't know if we're going to have it in December. It might be January. So when we get the gearbox, at that point, we can actually have a rolling car. Do it all kind of bolt in. Is it stressed member? The transmission is. The rear suspension arms, the A arms, bolt to the gearbox. And then the gearbox bolts to the engine. And then the engine is fastened to the chassis. So it's a kind of a sandwich. It's all designed in CAD, but obviously I have to do it in person on the car. So as soon as we get a gearbox, within a week, we're going to have a rolling car. But without, it's not going to roll anywhere. It's still going to be chilling.
Cletus, we're working on that. I've been asking Cody for some stuff over the past couple weeks so we can try to figure stuff like that out. That's actually a question that maybe you guys could answer. Would you guys buy ENVIATE merch? Would you guys want ENVIATE merch? Would you guys want Cody Loveland racing stuff?
Go to. There's going to be a link in the bio, but I don't have much merch left, so I don't.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe we should.
Not.
Yeah,
let's not. What's the torsion and rigidity of the chassis? We have some FEA numbers. I don't know them right off the top of my head. Sorry, but we did run it through FEA. Will Supercar Systems bring one of their cars to FanFest? I don't know. We'll see if there is a FanFest with COVID. Who knows? We'll see if there's a Pikes Peak, to be honest. This year, 2020, they bumped Pikes Peak from June to August, which that would help us. So it just means we can get that much, get that much more done. So.
Quarter mile for the new car.
Fast.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can put down 2,500 horsepower and it weighs 1,900 pounds, you can go put it into a calculator. It'll be fast, but that's going to be all traction related. So,
well, thank you, Cletus. Thank you, Rex50. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just trying to figure out. I mean, I don't know if you can technically do Love Fab stuff. Can you?
It's my brand. I mean, I made it up. So the business I closed, but still brand.
So yeah, we're working on that.
Yep. So will the Supercar Systems gearbox be dog engagement? It's full sequential, clutchless shifting. So yeah, I believe so. So good.
Do you think it's possible for a combustion vehicle to beat the VW record?
Oh. Yes, I do. Because Volkswagen had issues. They would have been about 30 seconds faster had they not had issues. So definitely possible.
30 seconds?
Yeah,
Jeez.
they had some things go on. I mean, the car was burning when it crossed the line. That's why I didn't post any in-car, because there's smoke rolling the whole way up.
Jeez.
Scott, yes, running Haltech. I got to correct myself. Chris Law yelled at me. Haltech Nexus. So we'll be running that. Full suite of sensors, some sort of dash, whatever they want us to use. Yeah, it's a pretty simple setup, really. We'll just do fail safes for lean and all that stuff. That we don't torch this engine. So, yes, boost by gear, Palmer. Definitely, we're gonna need it. So, figure. Let's see. Last year we were able to put down about 18 pounds of boost in first and second gear, and then after that we can really ramp it up. So.
I was about to say, you said you were you couldn't get like full throttle until third gear, right?
No, the ENVIATE was money.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it actually, with Paul driving, he was able to. He wanted more power because it wasn't spinning tire. So.
Well, that's because Paul is Paul.
Yes, Paul is Paul.
I think that's going to be a shirt. Paul is Paul. We're going to just have maybe a makeshift Stig picture, like character. Just thumbs up and just say Paul is Paul.
As long as you don't say Stig, but they have all kinds of crazy contracts. Like he's not supposed to use Stig.
Oh, I bet that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, if you do a dude in a white helmet with a thumbs up, Paul. So. Oh, spin. Yeah, AirFire will be. Yeah, I'll be tuning and fail safes and all that stuff. E-Pass or no, we'll be using a hydraulic rack. Sweet Manufacturing is what we used in the first car, and we're gonna use it again. There's no reason to change. So.
I know GT Racer, first Ultima, then BBC.
What else? Yeah, so pretty exciting. A lot of good stuff happening. I'm hoping to have the car on its wheels in January. In the meantime, there's a ton of carbon to build, so I'm going to be building those. I'm always going to have some kind of carbon in the mold, so between here and there. That way, when we get the gearbox and stuff, we can literally get a car together. It's a pretty simple car to build, provided you got all the parts there. So, but spin tires in every gear. It probably would, yes, if we wanted it to. Especially at 35 horsepower, but at that point, you just probably break the transmission. The Albans is only rated at 600 foot-pounds. It'll take a lot more, but that's what they rated at. So, yeah.
Izzy, no diss to the British. No, you guys are all fine.
Who what?
GT Racer said Brits are mad. Izzy said Brits are fine. I'm British.
Paul's a Brit.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, he's hardcore Brit. I forgot the kind of tea he drinks, but he's consistent with it. And it is good. I like it. But he doesn't drink coffee. So.
I don't think it's gonna hold. I mean, I know it can go to 35, but I don't think you're gonna use 35.
3,500, yeah. Yeah, it probably won't. So. What else do we got? Anything else?
Yorkshire tea, probably. Maybe or green. Is it Grey Earl? Grey Earl tea?
Oh, I forgot.
I'm trying to think of what we can talk about. That's the hard part. It's what can we talk about.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is, Supercar Systems, they stepped up big. Kind of made my dream come true. So we're going to make them proud and go try to get a record for them.
Oh, random. I've been talking to Cody about this because, as you guys have seen Evan in the videos, Grid Life is doing like an iRacing thing where they're doing a lot of online racing with like simulator stuff. I kind of want Cody to get one. I think it'd be cool to do some like sim racing content.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. I'm curious to see because I think we could probably get it where it would have like ENVIATE figures and to kind of have a representation. Would you guys want to see some simulation content? Because I kind of want them to do it. I think it would be fun to learn, but also kind of get cool, like a base, because again, we are in Michigan. We don't really have good dry ground until spring. Mm-hmm. So I think that'd be cool to see that and see Cody do some iRacing stuff. So let us know if that's something you guys might want to see.
Yeah, I love Gran Turismo. I grew up on that, so it's really what got me into racing. So
Does Supercar Systems have a YouTube channel?
Supercar said, I don't know. Check it out.
I'll find out.
Yeah, Evan did do it. Evan built a pretty sick. Hey, Christopher. Evan built a pretty sick rig. So
What's up, Chris?
I do. Somebody made a Love Fab. I think my buddy Josh Jihad did a Love Fab NSX years and years ago. It was like 10 years ago. So I keep saying Supercar Systems. It's Supercar System, no S. So I'll have to work on that, kind of like my Haltech thing. So sorry guys, I'm working on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if they do have a YouTube channel.
Yes. Oh, waiting.
Yeah,
Internet. Why is it so slow today?
I don't know.
No, because we're streaming.
Maybe
So-
that too.
Yeah, so I had a batch of merch made in 2017. It sat in a box for 3 years, and I slowly started wearing it and wearing it out. And this is a one-off hat.
I like that. It's like a light heather gray.
Yep.
I mean, we have the flex fit black ENVIATEs, basically just like this. But yeah, I think it'd be cool.
We'll get another round of merch going as soon as we figure out what we're doing for sure. So.
I was about to say, because then we can have like sponsors involved and all of that, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah, they do. So do
Supercar
a
System.
link. Oh, there's the video right there. Thank you. As soon as you can do it.
It'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, they got a couple nice videos.
If it wants to load.
Yeah, so that's the thing with sim rigs. You can spend a lot of money really quickly. And I've got a race car to build, a real race car. So I'm not going to be putting a bunch of money into stuff. So.
But if I can come in and help, because I'm building a PC for myself for editing, which will handle basically any 4K gaming that I want to throw at it. So if we can get something like that over here, I think that'd be pretty sweet.
All right, let's see.
Get on Patreon. So that's something that Cody and I have also talked about is like super chat stuff, because someone was mentioning, by the way, some videos about welding.
Yeah.
I think down the road we might be doing some more informational, like super in-depth stuff. So we might think about making that as like a separate thing, so it can be a lot more detailed. Cody can really go through a lot of the process to kind of give you a really good step-by-step. So that's something that we're also trying to think about too. Again, someone said it earlier, how do you think of, or how do you keep going with like 7 things on your mind? It's more like 40. So
Yeah.
we're trying to.
You just pick one for the day and go.
Yeah. Wes, my PC, so it'll be I'm trying to get a 3080 if I can get my hands on a 6800 XT or maybe the 6900 when it comes out in December. I would like to run the 5900X, just scalper prices right now. I can't stand to pay that. I know it's going all over his head. But yeah, so that'll be mainly for like an editing rig, but it'll be a really kick-ass gaming system. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get those parts. So if anyone has any insight on how to, not $300 plus over MSRP, send them my way. I would like to.
Let's see, a couple questions. What tires are you planning on doing? Oh, Assetto Corso? Yeah, it'd be sweet, but it's not high on the list right now. Specific about the gearbox. So Supercar System, their gearbox is 6-speed. They've failure tested it to well above 1,500 foot-pounds. I'm not supposed to say what number, but it will. Yeah, those gearboxes are beefy. So I'm excited to see what it does in the RS, because the RS will make some power that could, get there.
Yeah, Steven, I know. Good luck on me for getting that.
Would you for what?
Oh, he was just said good luck getting anything new as far as like GPUs.
Oh, right.
Scott, I really enjoy watching AJ Hartman's videos where he goes over making carbon stuff and his thought process.
Yeah, I've got some videos from like 2 years ago where I went pretty in depth, just because I was still developing my YouTube personality, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to go check it out, there's a bunch. It's a series I did called Wings and Things. So
Definitely something maybe though in the future that we can kind of get a little bit more educational on, because I've been kind of bugging him about that. I think it'd be a cool opportunity, like for me especially. So like I consider myself a car guy, but I mean I'll be the first person to tell you, like I don't know how it all operates. Like I could tell you what it is and what it does, but I could never tell you how it, like why it functions that way, how to do this, how to do that. I'm mechanically inclined or mechanically declined. I know I said that wrong. Anyway, I can't do anything mechanically. So I ask him a bunch of questions and he gets annoyed. But that's because
I used to get annoyed. Now it's just part of the thing.
But it's kind of fun though, because then I can, I get to learn that way, but then also that can transpire to the videos too, because there are a lot of people that don't have his knowledge. I mean, if you think about it, most people don't. So being able to express that and explain that in YouTube videos hopefully will be really helpful.
Driver Driven.
He's got some Ultima RS stuff on his channel.
Yeah, he's got a blue RS. We'll find out. I don't know if it'll fit without mods. I know some people laughed because they were laughing at John's face when I mentioned in our RS video when I mentioned I'm gonna have to cut some stuff, and I guess John looked like he was gonna puke.
Oh, he's got one.
Yeah, he's got a blue one. So
That's cool.
But so I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll fit. But I'll be covering that. That'll be all fun to watch. So, will it be faster than the Paltov cars? Probably. I mean, we raced them in 2017, and we were faster in that class. The electric car that I helped with was faster, for sure. That thing was a monster in a straight line. But Dennis is not a fan of big downforce. I am. So that was our design philosophy differences. I love huge downforce, and that electric car could have used a lot more downforce than it had, and I think it would have been faster. Dennis was awesome work mechanically. I mean, the thing's a beast. So I know he does want to come back with a rear-wheel drive, lighter version of that car, and it'll be really fast. So, yep. What else?
Cletus, you guys have a domain over a specific automotive niche in YouTube.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, trying to, man. That's why it was super easy for me in May when I knew Tim, who used to work for Cody, and he kind of just told me everything that was going on, and like I didn't hesitate. I was like, I want to be a part of it. I know you're going to be doing some amazing stuff. You've already done some world-class, amazing things. Like this needs to be broadcasted. So
Hi, Matt. Matt's. He's a big time NBA fan. He's been following me for years.
nice. Well, hello. So yeah, this is hopefully 20 as much as it's 2020 has been kind of a pain in the butt for a lot of people. I think it'll be a really big stepping stone, and 2021 and 2022 are going to be even bigger.
Yeah, I think so.
Even more.
One
massive.
thing that I've considered doing, I can't here because I have no room, but I do have plans for a shop some point next year. An accelerated fabrication school. So, like, these exist, but you have to go to school for like 2 years, all this stuff. I envision kind of doing a super focused, like 5 student max, 1 month class, 2 weeks on welding and fab, 2 weeks on composites. I'm still building the curriculum of what I could actually get done and what I could actually teach in that, based on how many people I've taught to weld over the years. Well, it's been 20 years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
I think I could turn out some pretty good stuff. Now, you wouldn't be full-blown professionals in those 2 weeks, but you would retain enough knowledge to kick butt. So
Enough that he told me if I wanted to spend like a dedicated month doing something like that, that he would be comfortable with me helping him.
yeah, maybe trying to do something like with HP tuners. What's HP tuners doing? I don't know what HP. Yeah, Thomas Weiss, expand on that.
Screaming NA V10. I know. I saw someone say Judd V10 in the beginning of the chat.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But
That'd be cool.
probably not in the plans. I like turbos too much.
Could you imagine turboing one of those?
It'd be pretty fun.
Would be sweet.
Okay, Scott, thanks. Problem with this is you can't. I mean, you can teach people how to like look at graphs and do this and that online. It's easy. When AFRs go up, you got to add more fuel. But the problem with that, with carbon and with welding is you need hands-on. You need someone to show you how to do stuff. But the problem, yeah. So it's still something I'm playing with. I'm not ready to do it now because, like I said, I have no room. I could go lease a huge shop. Oh, HP Academy. Okay.
I was going to say we watched some wiring videos. Wasn't that who we watched?
Yeah. HP guys have offered us some classes so we can brush up on some things. So, what else do we got? A couple of questions we missed. Cletus, yes, that's the point of this. We're doing a big nasty V8 from Supercar System. Yeah, GT Racer, exactly. You have to have hands-on. If a complete beginner were to walk into the class, I could probably have them lay in some pretty good welds by the time they left. And then the carbon stuff's easy. You just have to know. Yeah. Oh, I did see that, Scott. Yeah. It was like weird because Kyle Engineers did a thing on the ENVIATE in 2017. If you want to look it up, he interviewed Sebastian. They became fellow F1 competitors. I don't know. I think I was in the Kyle Engineers one.
There was one that HP did while it was in the garage.
Yeah, so HP Academy did a video on the ENVIATE, and then I think...
Hold on, I'll find a link before you guys say anything in chat.
Yeah, 7 minutes later. Hi, Brad. So Brad Bailey worked for me for several years. He was around when the ENVIATE was coming to life, I guess. And he's also my brother-in-law, technically. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Palmer, I don't know the exact question of that D2 EV question. I think it could use more Aero at Pikes Peak, yes.
Hold on, the internet's coming in there.
Yeah, I'm surprised this is still connected. Palmer just wants questions answered. It's fine.
I was going to say, Palmer carried it last time, too.
Palmer was a real MVP last time. We're good with it. So, I know, so I've never really watched YouTube until kind of this election stuff, and I keep up with where things are going with that. And these guys have, millions of subs, and you can't keep up with the chat. So, at some point we'll get there.
There we go. Found it.
So, HP, mute it. Mute it. It's going to cause...
I got it. My volume's down.
Oh, okay. So...
Palmer, don't be sorry.
Oh, yeah. So there's a link to HP Academy, and look up Kyle Engineers. That's another one.
This guy?
Yep. I think Kyle Engineers ENVIATE should come up. It'll take a minute. Let's see. Oh, jeez.
He works for Mercedes F1. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So I remember kind of watching YouTube, and I saw Kyle Engineer's video coming back up because I knew he left. I knew he went to Mercedes, and then all of a sudden, whoa, Kyle's back. So it was pretty cool.
Oh, he did it 3 years ago.
Yeah, Matt's a Wankel would be cool if I'm bored and want to do some cool sound stuff. I would just call Rob Dom and have him bring a 4-rotor over. He might do it actually.
I was about to say, yeah, fun fact. I saw Cody was like, oh yeah, Rob liked one of our videos at first. And I was like, who's Rob? Because he also knows another gentleman, Rob in town.
Random Rob,
who has
commented in here.
Yeah, who comments in here. He does a lot of watch stuff. So Rob, shout out to you. And I was like, who's Rob? And he was like, oh, you're serious. Yeah, I didn't know that he and Rob go back a little bit.
I was gonna Rob reach out to me for some Aero work and all that. Yeah, so yeah, we're friends on Facebook. We're like Facebook official. One of these days I'll probably do something with him. It sounds fun. But he's all the way in Cali, so.
I'm pretty sure this is the different link that I have in there.
Yeah, Mitch just tossed up another link with that.
Scott, I'm pretty sure it was HP Academy because I remember watching that like literally a couple of days ago, and they were very thorough. So it's
Yeah, HP Academy and then Kyle Engineers both did good ones.
ever gonna do a fan car. Explain, Palmer. What do you mean by fan car? Like,
I know what he's asking to do.
no, I don't.
Oh, so the fan cars from the F1 era where they have a huge fan that sucks a vacuum out of the floor.
Oh,
So Sebastian wants to. I'll just say that. That's all. We'll leave that there. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you, Palmer. So that's the concept. Use a big fan, like in the center, that creates a
Okay.
huge vacuum. It's a lot of development to get it done. So that's
yeah. BT46. Okay.
yep. What else do we got? Yes, Rob. Wait, where's Rob? Oh, Rob down. Yeah, Rob's cool. I've never met him in person. I just know him from the internet and all that. So
It kind of blew my mind who he like had as contacts when he was like talking about like potential things to like go over and do content with later down the road. So hopefully we can make that happen
Yep.
because that'd be really cool. And then I'd fangirl.
yeah, I think Chaparral was the first one to do it, and then Brabham went nuts with it in F1. What do they call? I think they called it a cooling fan, if I remember reading right. It's for cooling. So Scott, rip. Yeah, pretty much. What else? What else we got? I guess that's it. I don't know anything else. I'm getting hungry. I gotta go eat.
I know we had our mishap, but I think we've been live for an hour and 12 minutes.
Phone hasn't died yet.
Yeah, surprisingly.
So,
Any last minute questions?
yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes. Oh, Palmer, Gregory Unicorn.
Again, another contact that I was surprised that he had.
Yeah,
not really,
So
but-
we have open invites for Hoonigan bumper to bumper stuff. So that would probably definitely be doable. However, it would probably kick our ass because it's all-wheel drive. But if
Want
we
to
get-
catch these hands around a track though?
yeah, exactly. And then who knows? It might do all right because once we hook up, we're a lot lighter than the Unicorn for sure. So, Brad, where's the render? Pull it up. We'll do a refresh. What about a roll race? Yeah, we'd probably do pretty well in a roll race. So, all right, Brad, I'll show you. Just to recap. Ooh, nice. It'll look really good from above. Oh, GT Racer, yeah, we have an invite. We have an invite to Donut as well. So,
Oh yeah, more messages from Ultima.
so. Oh, what questions did we miss already?
Goodness. Thank you guys really for participating in the chat. Like we've held consistently over 30 people, and I know that might not seem like a lot to others, but it's super cool to really interact with you guys.
Scott, the Aero package on this one, it's a different rear wing configuration, different front end configuration. We're still CFDing some stuff with that actually. We need to confirm it and then we'll build it. And then we're also doing a new diffuser, running that through CFD. I use Fusion 360 and I'm terrible at it. I can like open files and like play with stuff, but I'm so out of date with CAD that I'm in the beginner classes still. I don't want to get them in trouble. CATIA is used somewhere in our team, yes. So, Martin Friend, yeah, that's a goal. I want to see what it does over there, so we'll see what happens. Steven, we'll use the one that we made now. That'll go in the car now, but if we try another floor, it'll be, and if it does better than CFD, we'll just swap it out. So,
Max, Fusion 360 stuff.
do what?
Isn't that what you just said re-upped? Fusion 360?
Yeah, Fusion 360, and then he said Autodesk Inventor. I think I can get a plugin because I subscribe to it. I think I can just download a different program. So
V2. Palmer, I think he said V2 at like 160.
we don't really know actually.
I thought you said it was 7,000 pounds.
It's gonna be that or more. So there's a bunch of different changes with V2 that we haven't fully run through CFD yet. We have an idea what it's gonna make though. So drive driven. Yes, we're getting a lot of stuff. If you modify a car that you bought and it's your property, they don't like it apparently. So yeah. Validate air on the car. Thomas Weiss, no, we never did, but we worked backwards from suspension data. So that was it makes a lot. Let's just say we had to increase our spring rates because we were too soft based on calculations. So it might actually make more than what CFD says. I don't know.
Palmer, at least Ferrari lets Novatec exist or other companies. So in my book, they're even worse than Ferrari.
There's a question I missed. Oh.
How big are the Infinity wings on the splitter?
They're pretty big, and then we're looking at doing a second stack too, depending on what happens with aero balance and all of that fun.
We're excited to get you up, Chris. I was about to say, I don't know if you guys remember from the video, but that, oh my gosh, that diffuser is like 9 feet across. The thing's huge.
Yeah, it's over 8 feet tall. We can stand it up on end. Yeah, Palmer, the Glickenhaus guys are awesome. I've watched them develop their 003 car since it was a tub, so it's pretty cool. I think I was one of their first 100 people that liked their channel, not channel, but their Facebook. How do you run the downforce and still have travel? That's where the third element comes in. The middle the middle shock supports all the actual aero load and still lets the wheels move. That way you still have wheel travel, so you're not just running stiff everywhere on all four corners. So as we get the car together, I'll do videos, I'll do demonstrations and stuff. Oh, cool, nice.
I think GT Racer said he was doing iRacing stuff too.
Yeah, I want to do it, but man, I'm not. I just am not gonna have time. So it's gonna be 12-hour days until I die. So to get all this done, but yeah. So, all right, I think we're wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. We'll try to get something together for next week too. We'll try to do Thursday. We didn't do last Thursday because it was Thanksgiving, so we're all spending time with our families. So
I know Cody took a day off.
yeah, it was my first day off in probably 5 months.
At least.
I feel like I took one day off to go see my mom or something.
Better fishing.
So, yeah, fishing. So, oh yeah, I did take a couple Saturdays and go fishing. So, but yeah, I don't really take weekends off. Weekends are when I get stuff done because no one's bugging me. So,
Well, thanks, Lee. Appreciate your time. Thank you guys again for staying tuned. I mean, still 32 people here. I think at one point we almost had 50.
it would about double from last time.
I know. So yeah, thank you guys. It means the world to me, and I know it means a lot to him too. So it's fun to chat with you guys and pick your brains and see how you guys are feeling about everything, and also to be able to share what we can.
Sweet.
So what to say? I think
We can let's fade out on the render. Pull up the render. Boom.
ooh.
What are you doing? Oh, you're gonna end it.
What's it have to you?
I don't know.
I don't do this on your phone.
Hit the X.